joined by James LeCue. Now, I'm pretty sure I've said that right. I just asked and I'm already going, maybe you've said it wrong, but hey.
J. Wells LeCue.
Oh, look, here, it's jumping in. I love that. J. Wells LeCue.
Yeah.
Comedian, musician with Sky of Ghosts, and the mind behind my current favorite Instagram, like, social thing, Dadcore series, which has been blowing up online. I found Jay through that series, and what really hooked me was the overlap. Heavy music, culture, comedy, and a shared background in bands and a scene that shaped us. So, let's just dive into it with Jay. Jay, how are you, mate?
I'm fucking golden. Thank you very much.
Straight into the swearing. Ugh.
The Aussie and the Canadian cussing their brains out. Let's go.
Just having fun,
Yeah.
having a good time, being
Yeah.
wholesome hardcore kids on the internet that like to
Yeah.
cuss.
Well, I got like you said, the dad life stuff. So a lot of my day is precious little toddler and 6-year-old, and then when I get to hang out with other grown ass men, it's like, oh yeah, I remember this.
Oh
This is great.
yes, yeah. I love that. And you're like, we were talking to before. You've got the kids in bed. You live in that
Hmm.
dadcore lifestyle. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. I mean, I'm a father of fur babies. I've got my
Nice.
little pups running around. I don't think I have children out there. I've been claiming hands for a long time. Pretty positive I don't. Now, look, one of the things that I very first saw when I saw your content was a Zayo t-shirt.
Hmm.
Um, Jumped straight out at me. Um,
Yeah.
it's very much like we were cut from the same cloth. What first got you into heavy music?
Oh man. I guess the very first ones I heard, there was those did you have Columbia House there? Like those
Yeah,
12 for a
well,
Penny
we're the same sort of thing.
albums
Yeah,
where where it was like the mid 90s, and I remember starting to get into my own stuff, and I loved, like, I guess Offspring, Smash, and the Rage Against the Machine albums. And then I was a big hip hop fan, like Wu-Tang and Nas and all that. And I don't know, something about like the Rage, like the Jun Jun kind of, I was
yeah,
like, what is that? So I got a little deeper. Corn, Tool, System of a Down, and then I realized there was this whole other world that wasn't mainstream. Like those were the bands that I heard on TV and radio and stuff. And then um, I had an amazing local scene. I'm from Welland, Ontario, in Canada, it's right by Niagara Falls, and it's called the Rose City. So we were the Rose City Hardcore. I didn't know how good we had it at the time, but there
yeah.
were
Even I know
several
what Rose
bands.
City Hardcore is. So out here in
You
South
do?
Australia. Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. But I come like
Fun.
I was like tape trading and
Yeah.
like listening to bands that like no one had heard of over here. Well, like
Yeah.
my friends had, but like
Mhm.
we were searching for stuff, and so we knew
Yeah.
about all the different scenes going on.
I just thought every town was, like you're from a place and you think, oh, this must be what it's like everywhere. But the neighboring town, St. Catharines, where I was born, Alexis on Fire came from there,
Yeah,
and they were a few years older than me. So by the time I joined a band, I was in kind of like a Poison the Well sort of. I was a screamer as well.
yeah.
So
My
I guess,
first
yeah,
one.
to go back to the when I heard that this kind of music, was just regular dudes in black t-shirts and didn't need the, masks and kitschy kind of rap. Like, I love all that stuff too, but I realized, like, I don't know, I just when I first heard those local bands, I don't know, I got the Zayo, Remembering Never, Martyr AD, just all those kind of early 2000s or late 90s metalcore bands. I don't know, just never looked back. That was it.
That's
I was
awesome.
hooked.
Yeah. See, for me, it was like I was like the weird like youth group kid, little church
Hmm.
kid, that discovered like Sub Pop sampler records.
Yeah, yeah.
Through like MXPX were like my gateway band initially, and I
Oh,
still, I
cool,
mean,
cool.
I have MXPX tattoo on my hand, and
Nice.
yeah, still one of my favorite bands. But I
Hmm.
through that discovered like Sub Pop samplers, found Zayo, and initially for me it was I thought it was funny that I could mimic Dan's voice. I was like, I
Yeah,
can do
yeah,
that. I can make sounds like that. Um,
yeah.
but it wasn't until 2002 when I heard on the same day, as very clear day to me, skating a mini ramp in a friend's backyard, and I heard Bleeding Through's first EP and Poison the Well opposite of December on the same day.
Oh yeah.
And three
Same
weeks,
day. Wow.
yeah, and 3 weeks later was at my first band practice with my first band. And I think it was
Yeah.
2 months later playing our first show.
Amazing. Dude, we're very, very similar. Like yeah, the early ones for me. Well, I grew up very Catholic. My mom and dad, very French Canadian. My mom was born in Italy, very Roman Catholic, and I was an altar boy. And I honestly had no idea Zayo or other bands like August Burns Red were Christian or anything at all. It was all
Yeah,
just coming at me so fast, and I didn't get into them because of the religious thing at all. I just thought they were phenomenal, and then only later heard. But I was like, I didn't give a shit. Like they can bands scream out whatever the hell they want to if
yeah.
it sounds great. So
That is my opinion, but
um,
yeah, you
yeah,
just got to
yeah.
listen
No,
to it.
just I was hooked. It was man, Zayo blew me away right away. And I got to talk to Russ because of these silly videos. Russ called me today randomly because he had been hearing, he said a bunch of his friends were telling him about this series on Instagram, the Dadcore thing. And I just happened to be wearing a Zayo shirt. It wasn't even because I'd done several of these videos and a bunch I'm wearing like whatever Misery Signals shirts or Martyr AD or whatever. And that one that started blowing up, I just happened to be wearing a Zayo shirt. And then I looked in the comments and like every second comment was like, Zayo, Zayo, sick Zayo shirt, sick Zayo shirt. And I was like, there's so much love for Zayo here. So I like tagged them in it and sent them. And so, yeah, they were really into it. And he gave me a call and was like, thanks, man, today. I
That's
got to talk to
awesome.
Russ on the phone. It's
That's so
insane.
rad. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
They're like they're on my bucket list. And when I started this
Yeah.
channel, that was like Zayo was like a band I wanted to speak to.
You can,
So I said,
I'll hook you up, man. You
"Oh,
can,
dude,
yeah, because he asked if I wanted to do like a live stream with him.
yeah,
Because I think we have like a 4-song
yeah,
EP coming out any day
we
now,
do,
like tomorrow or the next day. So honestly, perfect timing. Like it's funny
yeah,
how I didn't think about wearing the Zayo shirt, and then it blew up like days before their EP comes out. So if that helps their cause in any way,
yeah." Well, I was
that's
very
just
thankful because I one of the first thing I did when I saw, and I'm pretty sure it was that first one that blew up, is
Mhm.
I shared it immediately onto my reel and tagged Zayo. Um,
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, and they followed me, and so I was like, "Oh crap!" Zayo just followed me.
Oh
Like
man.
I
Oh
took a
shit.
screenshot and sent that to like all my OG
Yeah,
friends. It was like,
I
"Yo,
know. I sent a
what
bunch.
happened? What is going on? My brain is exploding."
I
Um,
did that today with the
yeah,
call. I sent it was like call from Russ, and I screenshotted it, sent it to my buddy Brian. Because my
that's
I had the documentary. They had like a whatever 2-hour doc
yeah,
before Funeral of God came out, and I watched it. Like I'm such a sucker for band docs or talking about this kind of stuff. Like like those Parkway Drive DVDs where it's just them like bouncing
nuts.
around. I don't know. I'm just a sucker for the life, like
I,
the
I'm the
band
same.
life,
Yeah.
living it on the road.
Before that stuff, I was reading like the book, reading books and stuff, like um guys writing about crazy, crazy shit that happened to them. My favorite
Yeah.
of all time, an Australian guy. And the book's called what is it? Most people I know think that I'm crazy, which is this song, Billy Thorpe, and it is
Hmm.
like debaucherous and mental,
Cool.
crazy. One of his books starts with him like waking up in a mental institution, and the last thing he
Mhm.
remembers was being coked out of his mind at a disco and falling over. Um,
Nice.
Yeah, crazy. I'd say I love all that stuff. Like the history
Yeah.
is awesome, but like those stories, you just
Yeah.
there's nothing like them.
I
Yeah,
know. I want to do a stories here. I started doing some, but I used to have I used to be pretty insane pre-kids, and a lot of those old touring kind of jumping out of vans or I don't know, waking up in random spots. And
yeah,
yeah, I've had some nutty nights, and yeah, be fun to tell those as well.
yeah. Same with me. And I
Yeah.
just like share house stories, like
Yeah.
because back then it was like you lived in a house for a year and then the lease ran up and you found another share house to live in for a year, and
Yeah, yeah.
you kind of bounced
We bought
around.
a house recently, and I told my wife, I'm like, this is, I think, something like my 24th or 25th address uh, of just bouncing around to different. And then that doesn't even count like, couches or
Yeah,
tents at random places I've 2 or 3 days here and there. Balled up hoodie on like a kitchen floor, kind of, for a couple nights. And yeah, so I finally like found roots here a little bit. We live a few doors down from her parents, and it's a precious little neighborhood. I like the neighbors, kids same age as my kids, and that's why I love this kind of stuff too, because it's like I lived in New York City. I lived in Toronto for 10 years and then New York City for 10 years. And a part of me was like, oh man, I'm really gonna miss the like hustle and bustle and I don't know, restaurants and just things to
that
do. Because this is
restaurants
a
is
really
always
small,
nice. Food, it's
yeah,
just food for me. Good food.
yeah,
Because I live like an hour, about an hour and a half out of Adelaide, so um,
yeah.
and like coastal country town where I grew
Hmm.
up, and so and yeah, I think I'm.
Options are not like, yeah,
Oh no, no, no! There's like
the most eclectic.
the one Chinese place,
Yeah,
the couple of like fish and chip shops, the one pizza place.
yeah, I hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
That's the only thing I'm kind of missing out on, but because of stuff like this, I don't feel like my um professional life like took a dip at all. I feel like I can make my silly videos and make music and I write a ton. So I was like, I can do this from anywhere. I can go,
yeah.
as long as I have Wi-Fi, I can be in the jungle somewhere,
That's the
you
amazing
know?
thing with like technology these days, and even like for my music, it blows me away that I know with my guys, like I will get a song sent from one of the guys that's on the other side of town that he's recorded at home. Here's a new song, have a listen. What
Yeah.
do you think? The drummer will get his hands on it and he'll record something at his place. The drums on it.
Yeah.
Bass player's
Magic.
doing the same thing, and then suddenly I've got a track ready to go.
It's insane. It's
Yeah,
exactly how we do it at our with ours. Like he sends me the music and I might have one little like suggest like, oh, what if this part slows down a little bit? And then he might have like, what if, in this part you wait a little. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. And like, one, it's just lucky to work with people that, you gel with. That's its own thing.
yeah,
But the ease of how quick, like we were saying earlier, the being born and raised in a time where this, like, I don't know, this you could only dream of this kind of shit
I
of
know. Yeah.
FaceTiming with you're in
This is Star
Australia, like
Trek.
I'm in New York right now. You're 13 and a half hours ahead of me. It's
Well, yeah,
insane.
yeah,
It's
yeah. I always say when I talk,
yeah.
like, I feel like it's Back to the Future. Um,
Yeah.
I'm Marty McFly right now, just living my best life out here in the future.
Yeah.
Um,
I was like pushing against technology for a while for some reason. I had a pretty old world kind of uh I liked live shows and I was like, oh, this Instagram thing or whatever. But I don't know, if you use it like a tool, like, hey, I want to make funny things or I want to make screamy things, uh it doesn't matter if it's whatever, a pen and a paper or a video or whatever. It's just a way of getting something out there, I guess.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a pain in the ass sometimes, but it's good fun as well when you get these results come back as well. When you're seeing people, I mean, I'm like watching people, not just like guys like Zayo, but I see guys from like Jonah from I Killed the Prom Queen,
Hmm.
liking stuff. And
Yeah.
are you seeing any other like names that you're recognizing? Going, wait a second, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, I lucked out becoming before this anyways, another just a friend of mine opened for Death by Stereo. Do you know them at all?
Yeah,
And I kept in touch with Mike Cambra, the drummer, and he drums for Adolescence as well. And I just thought that was cool. Like he'll message me about a video or something, and I loved that band growing up and have some cool memories of their shows, seen them live a few times. But it was Brett Detter from that Blood and Fire album.
yes, yeah, yeah.
The he was the guitar player alongside Russ, and he messaged me about the video, and I forget the guy's name, but he's the guy who designed those shirts, like
Okay,
um the Blood and Fire shirt with obviously the guy's face. He's
yeah.
like, oh, I designed that, and I'm like, holy shit! So I got to talk to him for a sec, and yeah, that's been pretty much it so far. Just the
That's
Zayo thing.
awesome though.
But
That
I'm
is
gonna keep
huge.
maybe I'll beef up my t-shirt game and try to get every other band because I did a video about with a Between the Buried and Me song that got a shitload of views recently that I was very happy about, and there was a lot of people going kind of the same thing where they were mostly just talking about how great Between the Buried and Me is. So
The one
maybe
thing I
I'll
love
just
as
keep.
well, yeah, the one thing I love that you do as well is you've got your little like Zayo love button. And you
Hmm.
had that for other bands as well, and I love that because it's you're tagging the band there, and it's sort of showing like the band love as well.
Yeah,
Um, but like in a
and I
really
use
positive, cool
counterparts.
way.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're not. It's funny when I was younger, I just thought they were all like multimillionaires or something. Like
Oh,
if you
yeah,
see a
yeah,
CD in a store,
yeah,
it'd be like HMV and Poison the Well is next to Poison. So you're like, oh, they must all be multimillionaires because they
yeah,
have CDs in stores. And then you start realizing that they're just like on the grind like everybody else. And
yeah.
they've had good years, bad years, and they're
Day
making it
jobs.
work. But I don't know if, like I said earlier, like if this little thing helps their EP do a little bit better, then I would, man, that'd be amazing. Holy shit. Like it's insane
Yeah,
to be talking about Zayo like this.
that's
Like I was the
crazy. I
kid
mean,
that bought her.
I
Yeah.
see. I'd love to get them out here in Australia as well.
Yeah.
That's like would be huge for me being able to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're a
We
band
can a
that.
billion percent get them on this for sure.
Yeah, yeah, no,
It'll
I would
I'll make it
love that.
happen. We're gonna make
Yeah,
this
yeah,
gonna make this happen.
that'd be huge. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know I've talked to a friend of mine, and this still blows me away when I say a friend of mine. A few years ago, we got the chance to play with Bleeding Through, when they came through, and
insane.
struck up a
They're so
connection with
good.
the guys. And Brandon is just amazing, and so I've talked to him about Zayo a few times. I know their Zayo's drummer played for Bleeding Through, filled in on a tour
Crazy.
years ago,
Yeah.
and um, he always says to me, he's like, "You will get to see them, Killer. Like, don't worry about it. They will come out. You will see
Yeah.
them." Um,
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, Brandon, just bring them with you, buddy.
Yeah.
um,
Is it with because Australia is so far, like do you not
well,
get as many bands as you'd like
but
that come out that way?
that and we're also it's such a all the cities are so far apart. So
Yeah,
travel
yeah,
times are huge. So for me, from where I am here, say if I was in Adelaide to go to Melbourne, which is the next closest city, is an 8 hour
yeah.
drive.
Yeah, wow.
And so especially if you're
Massive. Oh
touring
man.
and doing like the bus
Yeah.
sort of thing,
Hmm.
that's I've had tours back in the day where we would get to the venue, play the show, you jump back in the van after you've finished, and
Yeah.
load off the stage into the van, and you drive another 8, 9 hours to make sure you're going to be at the venue of the next show for like an after
Again,
party
very
festival
like
show.
yeah, with Canada, it's very similar. Like it's a massive country and all the
Mm,
major cities are so far apart. Like
yeah.
Toronto to Montreal is something like a 7 or 8 hour drive, and that's probably the best, you're because Winnipeg from Toronto or from my town was like 24-hour drive.
Wow.
It's so like Edmonton is just
Mm,
so you would hear about a band being on tour and then you're like, oh, but that's just the West Coast. Like that's
well, that's what. Yeah.
Vancouver, Edmonton, and then I think flights sometimes are quicker to get to like Ireland from me than they are to like distance wise, it's closer to Ireland than it is to Vancouver from me.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Which does crazy, doesn't it?
But it's
Um,
Canada.
yeah.
Yeah.
We have the same thing here. Like I could fly to like New Zealand or Bali, and it'd be closer than going to the other side of the country. So
Massive. It's
yeah.
crazy. Big
But
ass
yeah, it does
world.
it does make touring hard, and
Hmm.
it makes like where I am in Adelaide and say like Hobart, Tasmania, and Western Australia, miss
Hmm.
out on a lot of the tours because they'll just do that little top run. Because I
Yeah.
mean, financially, it
Yeah,
makes sense to do that. Um,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. There's people in Canada that make nice long treks for to get down to Toronto or Montreal or somewhere for a good show.
Yeah. The thing I love about that though is those areas, and like you'd be able to attest to this as well. The scenes that come up in those areas are
Yeah.
usually amazing, and the bands that
Mhm.
come out of there are world class. Um,
Yeah.
we were lucky enough to have like a I Killed the Prom Queen come up
Yeah.
from
Crazy.
Adelaide, and me
Yeah.
being lucky enough to be in a band starting at the same time as them, playing shows with them, coming up with them, and
Yeah.
yeah, and still knowing like guys in the band now, which is
Very
amazing.
similar, man. That's so cool. That's so cool. Because I loved like yeah, like the Parkway Drive documentaries, and I think the very first one was a guy from Prom Queen talking about Parkway Drive starting up in their
Yeah,
house, and
big crafter, Michael.
yeah, so
He
being
just
part of
helped
that
them.
would be cool. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what it was. I got to rewatch all that. I love those old.
They're great. I think they're on YouTube as well now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I don't know
Um,
legally or not, but they're there.
yeah. But mine, like, man, Canada. uh, Looking back, like, I can't believe how fortunate I was. Like, I set Alexis on fire, but there was like our little town. So it would just be a random like Legion Hall show, and it'd be rammed like 400 kids. Like,
Yeah,
and these are my first. Like, I joined a band. We were called Deceived. It's like 2003, and my very first show, I filled in for a guy who just quit, and I didn't even know all the words yet. So I just knew like the choruses and stuff, and then I thought I could get by my very first live show ever. And so I was just like, oh, I can just do the rah rah, in between,
yeah.
like try to make sounds, try to do them on
Swedish
time.
chef.
Yeah, and then I but it was in front of like 400 people. It was insane. And I'm just like terrified but I thought that's just kind of how it was, and then we would, you know, go on tour, I guess, which would be, a half-hour drive to some other small town, and there'd be like 12 kids. And you're
Yeah,
like, "Oh, what we have there is like Misery Signals came to play in our town." Um there's so many. Do you know Ion Dissonance at
yeah,
all?
yeah.
And At the Mercy of Inspiration, or there's this band, The Gorgeous, they're called, from British Columbia. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're, man, just looking back at so many of these great bands, like it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have the same thing, like bands like Day of Contempt, who are
Mhm.
like amazing, huge hardcore band here in Australia. And
You
broke
got to
through
send me a
against
big list because you've
yeah,
mentioned a
yeah,
bunch of
yeah.
bands
No,
that yeah.
I've got yeah, I've even got probably like a few hundred like just very, very local sort of bands as well.
Yeah.
With like download links for it all. I'll hook you up with.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah,
You as
really cool.
well.
Yeah,
Did you know a Day and a Death Wish, they're called,
I know the name.
or In These Walls,
Yeah, I know that as
and
well.
Murder Thy Maker. Uh, these are kind of and the Ceremonial Snips. These are all Rose City hardcore bands like that. Yeah, they're just like what I said earlier about just going to some random pool hall or Legion Hall when I was like 15, just looking up at these bands like, what is this? Like they totally got me into this kind of music, and like you said, like they're just like world class. Like I would put them up. They never really like went anywhere. Like they had great little touring runs and stuff, and um but I would put those tunes up against any like big band in the world.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing. And when you get like a band like that, they're just so ridiculously tight and
Yeah,
um I just yeah, makes you want to just like dance your face off and
I
like
know.
I am
I want to
old
go
now and
around.
like coming out of mosh retirement is a very, very rare thing for me. To take a
Yeah,
special band because I'm going to be feeling
yeah.
it for a very long time afterwards.
I did that with Misery Signals. It was their final farewell tour,
Yep.
and it was even one of the very last. It was in Brooklyn, and I had to do it. I was on the side for most of it, and then there were certain songs like 5 Years or Anchor or certain ones. I'm like, this is my literally my last chance. They're
Yeah.
they're done after this.
Yeah. Yeah, for me it was 2 years ago at a festival
Mhm.
and Day of Contempt, who are like one of my favorite hardcore bands.
Nice.
Not just because they're from here, but just I just love them. But yeah, playing a comeback show. And I think it was their first South Australian Adelaide show in maybe 10 years. And like
Cool.
I was on the edge, just like kind of chilling, watching, going, this is awesome. I'm seeing my friends play again. And then I can't even remember what song it was. Something hit. And I just broke. I just took my backpack off, handed it to my friend,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
straight into the pit, and heard people going, "Look out, killer's coming!" Yes,
yeah,
and yeah, instant, just let's go. Yeah,
yeah.
picking up change like a madman and
What
having
it
the
does, it
greatest
just
time.
makes you, yeah.
Yeah,
I did like an impromptu stage dive once, but it was so impromptu that no one was like ready for me whatsoever. I did a front flip off the stage, because the bouncer had already told me. I tried to jump off the stage earlier, and then the bouncer screamed at me and was like, "No fucking stage dives." It was a really high. It was called Lee's Palace in Toronto, and the stage is about 5 feet high. So, but then I get drunker over the course of the night, like this fucking bouncer. Like, so I was like clocking him, and
That
he
sounds
was
like
off to the other side chatting with a girl. So I knew he was distracted, and I just got the itch, like, and I ran on the other side of the stage, but no one was ready. And I did a front flip, and nobody caught me, so I landed on the back of my head, and I was out cold, and I had to
oh.
like, I woke up however many minutes later in the back room to that same guy just like right in my face, like, this is why you fucking kids don't fucking like just screaming at me. And I had like 5 stitches in the back of my head and broke my
Jesus.
wrist. It was a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I had a few mosh injuries, but nothing like broken, luckily, yet. Yet.
nice.
Yeah. There's always time. Though I thought
Yeah.
maybe my thumb. I don't know. I caught a spin kick once from it's funny how you remember names. Tall Tom. Look, I don't know why I remember that.
All
Or he
time.
was
Is
like
that Fox?
he was like 7 foot everything, and when he did a spin
Yeah.
kick, you got out of the way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Because it reached across the room.
oh, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't from my hometown, so when he came over with bands, you're like, oh, Tom's here. This is going to be a brutal time.
Nice. I
Mate,
love that shit.
Sky of Ghosts. Talk to me about that.
Thanks, man.
I mean,
Thank
you've
you.
got so much going on. Like we've been talking so much just like about music and scene stuff, but like
Hmm.
you're also a comedian, content creator, musician. Obviously, we spoke
Hmm.
on a little bit. Um, can you tell me a little bit like just about the band and what's going on with that at the moment? I know you've sort of said you've got some
Yeah.
new music possibly coming as well.
Yeah, yeah, we have a song recorded, and my brother-in-law Brian is mixing it right now. He's amazing. He was in a really cool alt rock band, Northern Faces. They're still making music, but they would open for like RX Bandits, and he had a really cool punk run. But they're if you check out anyone check out Northern Faces on Spotify, they have some massive hits. Um, but now his full-time gig is mixing and mastering music. He started on Fiverr and it just grew from there. So now he's got a full studio. It's like a 10-minute drive from me. And my next door neighbor happened to make music. And like I was saying earlier, like just can't fathom like how quick and easy this has all been. So like
Yeah.
I've always had like I said earlier, I started in bands in the early 2000s, but then I started comedy. Our band broke up, and in '04 I went up to Toronto to do comedy, and I got into like Second City. I don't know if anyone knows, but in Canada that's like, Rick Moranis and
Mhm.
John Candy and everybody. But so I would do sketch comedy like that, and a lot of my scenes and writings happen to also involve hard music. Like I did a sketch, Canadian Mosh Pit, a long time ago, and then
Sounds like a very
like,
polite mosh pit.
yeah, it's just sort of sorry, 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 sorry. Like we'd crank like crazy, crazy hard music, and yeah, like metal band with severe daddy issues or metal Zumba. I'd play crank Martyr AD and get in a cute little pink thing and do like a Zumba workout class to Martyr AD. And but I'd never like got back into a band. It was always like I'm fully into comedy, but every time I'd write something, yeah, it always had kind of a punk or metal vibe. And so when I moved to this town, like I left New York, and my next door neighbor, um, I think the band was called State Champs, are from around here in
Yeah.
like, yeah, and he would open for them, and he was like he sent me a list of all these bands he was in, but he's an insanely talented guitar player, and his name's Nick Perry, and he went to high school with my wife. So, in just chatting it up, he's got kids my age. We're next door neighbors. We get on the topic of these bands, and I heard he's like, "Oh, I'll send you some stuff that I make." And one was almost like a Final Fantasy type video game music, but it had a real like jin jin kind of like I heard that palm mute sort of thing, and I'm like, "Hey, if you're ever just threw it out there one day, like you ever want to make this kind of music again, you want to make a track, I'll scream over it. It'll just be this like dad garage. We're both 40. We both have, 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, like,
Yeah.
uh, just for fun kind of thing. And in like a week, he sent me 3 tracks and they were phenomenal. Like I couldn't believe. So he like writes music. He reads and writes. He's like, I think he went to school for music theory, and on Sonar Producer, this like computer program, he wrote out like both guitar tracks, the bass, the drums, and these, fun little sounds in there. And it was like the first track that we did, the only track we've released so far, kind of struck me, but I wasn't ready for it because it happened so fast. I was like, oh shit, I haven't screamed in 22 years. So I called up, or I found a vocal coach, this guy Taylor Pace from Nashville. If anyone, shout out to Taylor, if anyone wants to get voice lessons. But he's got a bunch of sweet tutorials, and I paid for like an hour like Zoom class about, because I was practicing my scream after I dropped the kids off at daycare,
As
uh,
you do,
and
as you do.
then but and I was just terrorizing my throat. Like I was like I was trying to get that sound,
Trying to find
and
that
I was like,
sweet
shit,
spot.
yeah, because back in our day, in the early 2000s, tutorials or these how-to like things didn't really exist. It was like I
No,
was scream.
we heard rumors of like Melissa Cross and the Zen of Screaming.
Yeah, yeah,
And like
yeah.
eventually that filtered down, and I still use those warm-ups now.
Me too. Yeah,
But
yeah.
like,
I
yeah,
found
it
it,
was, you worked out what didn't hurt, what didn't, you didn't lose your voice if you did it a
and it
certain
hurt
way.
forever. Like those first
Yeah,
like I don't know how many shows. Like I was starting to think like, how the fuck does like a Slipknot or whoever, like they do these 2-hour sets
yeah.
back to back to back, and like I'm like there must be a way. And slowly it just kind of clicked. One day I found out how to make the sound without really screaming at the top of my lungs. But since that was so long ago, I was like, I don't want to go through the pain again. Like I'm 40 now, and it really fucking hurts and sucks, and I don't want to not have a voice for like a week.
Yeah.
So yeah, he helped so much. And once I found that I could get the sound I was looking for, I went to the studio and just laid down. I wrote vocals, and it's a really personal song. It's a really like, it's called Life Leaves. Uh and yeah, I sadly, a friend of mine died brutally in front of me. Just a yeah, jumped off a roof in front of me, and I uh watched him die, and it was like a PTSD kind of song where the lyrics are like, never really trusted life because life leaves, but death stays with me. So it's about like, just in an instant watching life leaves, but then like you life leave, but how did the death stayed with me, forever now. That was like 20 something years ago. So,
Yeah.
um, I was really hoping, in dropping it, I went on a bit of a promo kick where I was blasting it to every reaction channel or Spotify playlist, blog, whatever. Um, and just kind of preaching it as sort of like a PTSD type song if anyone's going through shit like that.
Mm.
So yeah, that's kind of, I think, everything, but I hope everyone likes the song.
Like it's amazing. And
Oh,
yeah,
thank
like
you.
I'm really looking forward to seeing like what's gonna keep coming from you guys.
Thanks. Yeah.
So
We have
yeah,
another song, and I'm hoping if this picks up, like I know he just writes so many, he's got so many in the bank that now it's on me to kind of, uh,
I know that feeling.
because before it was a fun little project, but now that I just love that song, and I was so happy that I got it out there, and now I just want to make a billion of them. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I've learned over the years to just tick one off at a time.
yeah,
I don't get
exactly, yeah,
overwhelmed, and it's like here's 20 songs, start working on it. I'm like, what have you done to me? Let's just we'll grab this
yeah,
one and just forget the rest for now. Um,
yeah,
Mate, do you feel more like a comedian who makes music or a
yeah.
musician that does comedy?
Uh, uh, I've been doing comedy for 20 years now, like 22. My first stand-up set was 2004 at Yuck Yucks in Toronto. It was sort of our big like where,
Yeah.
Norm Macdonald and so many great.
I'm a big comedy fan as well. So like I was like,
Oh,
that's cool.
amazing!
I
Yeah,
know what Yuck Yucks is,
cool.
and yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Yucks and Second City were like a couple blocks apart, and stand-up sketch. I was in a big troupe called The Boom. This oh yeah, The Boom right here. And
Hello.
I would do shows with I got one Colin Mockery from like the guys from Who's Line.
Yeah.
And a lot of improv, and then that just picked up. I now I write full time for cracked
Yes.
.com and the Hard Times. If anyone
Mhm.
knows the Hard Times in this realm, I've written like ton of articles for them and screenplays. I sold a couple film scripts. I've written for TV. Then in New York, I had a live show, New York Comedy Club in Manhattan. We had a weekly show there. So I feel like live comedy, I get the itch for it where I want to go back out. I don't have the addiction to that like a lot of comedian friends of mine where they just like need to be on stage all the time. But I feel like with videos or writing scripts, and there's so many other ways for me to get my comedies out there. Um, but I really lucked out where I started getting into a good full time, like for the first time ever, probably the last 3 or 4 years, I've been a full time comedy writer, and I could not be more grateful or knock on wood, because it's a fickle beast, this game where out of nowhere the work can dry up and I got to go bartend again. But
Yeah.
for now, it's been good enough where I was like, hey, I want to make a song, you know? So far I've only made one song. I want to make a billion more, but definitely comedy's the main gig.
Yeah. Yeah. Mate, I always kind of round things up with just like some quick fire type questions. Uh,
Fuck yeah.
yeah. So, and feel free to expand on stuff. Uh, Zayo or Converge?
Zayo.
Yeah, good answer. Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Converge fan.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's the good thing about music.
I,
It's
it's
you like what
like
you like.
this is something it's almost like saying I don't like summer or I don't like, I don't know, in this realm, it's like saying you don't like dogs or something. It's like
No,
to
I like
so
two
many.
Converge songs.
Okay, okay, good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I couldn't
Zayo for
tell you
me
their
is
albums. I couldn't tell you, you know.
okay, good,
But
good. Thank
yeah,
you.
compared
We're
to
in a
like a band
safe
like
place.
Zayo, who I
This
can,
isn't a hater thing. I
no,
love
you
what
like what you
they've
like.
done for the yeah. Zayo,
Yeah.
I have like I could name, man, I don't know what it was. I think it was the self-titled album for
Yes, that was
fun.
me.
Yeah, because I think I was already
Don't get me wrong, like Broken Fire, Bring Rest, and that older stuff is amazing, and I've gone back and like I love
yeah.
it. But like that self-titled album is what did it for me.
Well, that was just my first in. Like a friend had like a burnt CD and he showed me this thing and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And that's when I realized they had those early albums. And yeah, when I went back over, like I think now, yeah, Blood and Fire, Liberate are, I would say, my favorites. But no, Self-Title's right there too. And it's funny to hear them. I've heard them say that to them was such a like throwaway album that they like in the documentary they say self-titled they had to bang out of like a contractual agreement, and
Yeah,
they're kind of writing shit on the dashboard on the way to the studio because they had nothing. But to me, like, and in their set list, I saw them just before COVID. There always ends up being like two or three self-titled songs in there. So whatever they did, it clicks for sure. But
yeah,
that's a long-winded way of saying. And then Funeral of God, obviously, and even a lot of stuff after that. Yeah, Cancer Eater, and man, they're just so fucking. I don't know, they're so fucking good. I love
yeah,
them.
also, yeah.
Yeah,
Deathcore before there was Deathcore. Um,
indeed. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Like
oh, I love it.
those crazy highs. Like
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. I've got a very fond memory of there was a band here called the Red Shore, and
Hmm.
Damo, who was their vocalist before he was in the Red Shore, and he unfortunately passed away in a touring accident. Um,
Fuck.
and then they yeah kept going with another singer and like did amazing things. But Damo, who was on their first EP, we were at a Christian music festival
Hmm.
in probably '99
Hmm.
and met each other and realized that he was like, you can do like low growly like death metal vocals. That's really cool. Can you teach me how? I'm like,
Hmm.
yeah, I definitely can. And then we discovered we both love Zayo, and that's what we wanted to like, how do we sound like Dan? How do we do that? How do we
Yeah.
get? And we
Yeah.
like wandered off into like this little foresty area and sat and just worked it out. Um,
Wow.
and then every time we
That's
passed
amazing,
each other
dude.
at this Christian music festival, we'd just be like, um, yeah, with all these like very conservative people, like, what is going on? Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool that you did that with somebody, man. That's great.
like also, yeah, yeah, very
I
cool.
think it was like a Rage Against the Machine, I don't know, that song Freedom or something where he just goes like
Yeah.
one of those like and I was just in it and I was trying to sing every word and I did that thing and I realized like, oh, that had a bit of like a like a grunt to it. I was like, what is that? And I started like screaming like that and then trying to make it higher, trying to make it like I was just fucking around in my basement and my parents, yeah, were very Catholic and yeah, we're so against this music. But we jammed at my friend's house with more liberal parents that were very cool with that. So I got to like be more, but it was so embarrassing. Like, you know, when it sounds bad when you're just trying to first get it
Yeah,
and
well, it's
it's like,
going to, yeah,
it's like
yeah.
terrible. Even recently because I said I just got my screen back, but it's my brother-in-law and it's just me and him in there. And I love the guy. Like we're so close, but there's such a like, I don't know, that fraud complex or I'm just doing this for the first time and I don't want to sound bad in front of him. He's like, dude, it's all good. Go for it. So I had a few beers trying to like loosen up and I found that the beer actually helped the gargle kind of sound
Yeah.
too. And I once I let loose and just went for it, I did the Life Leaves song, but I really didn't want to sound bad. I just sounded like a fucking dying banshee or something. Sounds
Oh,
brutal when you're first trying to get it.
we've all been there. And like the last producer, we've just been in the studio. And we've done
Hmm.
3 songs, and like Jack, our producer, bless him, would save the most horrible sounding takes I would do and put them at the end of the track and just be like, "Yeah, listen to this." Dude, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, please,
yeah,
please.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he'd sample them and make like little like beats out of it and like, "Yo, check this out." Like, all right, come on, dudes.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Mate, do you feel more comfortable in a comedy club, or do you think you'd feel more comfortable on a festival stage?
I think festival stage
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah.
There's it's not as intimate. I feel like I've done some big shows. I got to do Warp Tour in 2011 randomly.
That's
Um,
amazing.
I was in a comedic rap group. In my sketch group, The Boom, one of the sketches was these Catholic schoolboys that found their older brother's rap albums, and it was all like you know Eminem or Necro, like really violent horrorcore, I guess you could call it. Um, Jedi mind tricks. And I love that stuff too. So we would be like, hi, I'm a little bit, and then we would go hard. And we were called Rick and Chuck, and we had a couple decent sized YouTube videos back in the day, and um, got to do a comedy stage, the only comedy stage ever at Warp Tour. I'm with a label called Comedy Records, and our manager Barry Taylor was he did 102.1 The Edge in Toronto, so he helped bands like Billy Talent and Alexis on Fire get on the radio, and so he always had a little in with that kind of world, and so he was like, let's try to do comedy there, but they put the comedy stage in like the all ages tent where there was like 11-year-olds with their moms
Yeah.
eating pizza. We come up and just did like just violent gangster rap, so we kind of got it shut down. They were like, maybe this isn't good for this stage, but no, we
Comedy in itself there though.
less intimate. It's more like there's this sea of people and they're all there for a fun reason. And I feel with music too, like with a group setting, like why I loved the Boom, there was like 10 of us. It never really felt like me. I still get stage fright when it's solo, like I when I do stand up. Um I've never really gotten over the stage fright in all these years where I'll do it, like I'll get the itch and I'll really want to go do my partner and I, Aton, Jay and Aton is our, if anyone wants to check out Jay and Aton, our sketch duo. We would tour North America. We did like an hour long headlining set, probably 40 of those in a summer. And it never got better. Like every day before a show, I'm shitting my brains out. Like, and Aton, my buddy, started calling it the My Poor Anus Tour because I like we'd have a show and it was the same fucking show. Like we did our hour. It's a comedy hour. Like we fucked around and did some improv in there, but mostly these are our bits and this is our hour headlining set. And but after it was done, the relief where I could just go out, get a few beers and some wings or whatever and like chill was just like the best. And then when I'm on stage, it's the best too. Like it all goes away and I'm on stage in front of people. It's awesome, but it's I guess it's the anxiety, like the pre-show jitters that happen. It's
Yeah,
just like all day long if I know I have a show. But that never really happened with band stuff because I felt like it was me and my buddies and it's not me talking and saying what's on my mind. It's me screaming words in a I don't know. It's less intimate, I feel.
yeah,
So
I
it's a very
completely
long-winded
understand that.
way of saying festival.
Yeah, but I get
Yeah.
those nerves as well when I go on stage. And if I'm not nervous before a show, it's not going to be a good show. Um,
Yeah, same.
yeah,
Yeah.
and my pre-show ritual is a poo. I have to have a pre-show
Yeah.
poo.
You got it.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
nervous poo. You get it out. You
You don't want to feel heavy up there, you know?
no,
You don't want
no,
that brick in your belly. You got to get it out.
yeah, yeah. Mate, coffee or energy drinks?
Coffee for
Yeah,
sure.
it's a stupid question, really, because at our age,
I
like,
used to be on the energy back in the when Red Bull first came out and all that. That was a good time, but man, I love some coffee.
oh, this, yeah, yeah,
Two
same.
big ass cups a day.
I am way more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only been like what, 4 hours, 5 hours. I've been awake, and I'm on number six.
Oh yeah.
Good to
Okay.
go. Yeah,
Good.
hey, I'm not jittering at all. I've ADHD, and so I just genuinely do not feel caffeine at all.
All right.
Kind of slows me down a little bit. So yeah,
Yeah, the second one makes me sleepy. The post lunch coffee, I just kind of get sleepy. But
yeah, yeah.
if I have it too
Hey,
late in the day, it affects my sleep.
well, yeah, I don't sleep, so
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Again, just ADHD. I'll get an idea at like 10 to 12 at night, just as I'm about to go to bed, and it's like, well, I'm not
Yeah,
sleeping now. I need to run with that. Because if I try
I
and
had
sleep,
that.
I'm going to lay there and just go, why aren't you go do that thing you should be doing? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm heavily medicated now. I was uh ADHD, same what you just described. Like I could get by forever on 2 hours of sleep and just rip energy drinks and then there'd be one crash, like I'd be, 5 to 7 days in a row of 2 hours of sleep, and then there'd just be that one day of like
Oh yeah.
not getting out of bed for 20 fucking hours.
Yeah.
And then the ideas too, like last night I was up a few different times and I was jotting random little things down. But um yeah, I got on the goods a little while back and it helps a lot with writing and yeah, it's focusing.
Yeah, I'm the same. Very
Game
heavily
changer.
medicated.
Nice.
Yeah, so ADHD meds all
Good.
day. I'm also autistic, and so I use THC
Okay.
to just bring sort of some of that stuff down, and yeah,
Hell yeah.
which blows me away because I go to the chemist and get weed and meth, and like when 20-year-old me would be like, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
But not
I know there was a
meds.
stigma with meds growing up. Like it was I don't know, with my parents or in general anyways,
Where
in
was
the
that
90s it
thinking?
was like
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. I'm guessing it was like, oh, like, saying something
big
like,
pushback.
you need to be on meds or something was like a negative thing.
Yeah,
And lately, I think it was like when I had kids, a lot of shit came up where my anxiety, my like, you get a shrieking baby, and I didn't realize how much, whatever it was, PTSD slash anxiety, depression, and plus zero sleep, plus shrieking baby, I was drinking my fucking brains out.
yeah,
Like where I had a bleeding ulcer and I was
well,
shitting blood. And I was like,
that's doing well.
uh, was that?
That's dedication. You've done well to get to that level.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then so I started talking to a psychiatrist because she's like, well, no, what did I say? I was just like, I just wish I could fucking screenshot myself at 3 beers deep and just that nice kind of. She's like, well, that's what we call self-medicating,
Yeah.
and it's clearly not working for you. So why don't we try this other way?
I
And then just the
love
way she
love
said it
approach
was
with
like,
this as well.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, that's yeah.
We call
We can try this other medication. The way she said it, it just kind of clicked where it was like, well, you're trying something that's not working. So let's try this thing. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. So it was like a mood stabilizer. And then I still felt that there was like this, and I think it was the ADHD because it was like kids, because you know when you already got a lot of shit going on in your head, and like you're saying with all the ADHD, and then you have two kids like, Daddy, can I have me?
Oh
Just
yeah.
adds this extra like
Yeah.
level. So I was getting like extra frustrated with the kids and being snippy and shitty, and realizing that like it's not their fault, it's their kids. It's just I can't. It's like my cup is
Yeah.
overrunneth with fucking thoughts, and so the ADHD meds more than anything helped with that, where I can like handle their shit a lot better. And it helps a lot with like the, sitting and
Yeah.
really like writing stuff.
Yeah. I changed
Yeah.
changed my life when I got diagnosed a few years ago. So yeah, it makes
Yeah,
a
same here,
difference.
dude.
Yeah.
Cheers, meds. Hey, and I whiskey now, but I'm way I'm not gonna get a bleeding
Hey,
ulcer hopefully
hey,
again.
as long as you're not bleeding.
Mm-hmm. We can just keep chatting. I know I said earlier, but whatever. This is fun. Whatever you want to ask, man. Throw it out there.
I like
Whatever
it.
you
I
like.
like it.
Ask
Yeah.
me at all.
Yeah. Mate, I mean, I've got questions and questions and questions and questions, but I mean, I just like your whole content thing is just awesome though. I'm just forgetting about the questions and just chatting now.
Thanks,
Um,
man. Thank you. Thank you
yeah,
so
yeah,
much.
like, yeah, it's just I just love it. It's like so it resonates on like a human level, which is awesome.
The
Uh,
Instagram stuff?
yeah. Well, I mean, are you what other like are you on TikTok and that sort of stuff as well?
But it's all the same shit. I just
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
when I bang out a video, I throw it up on all, and it's funny seeing which ones hit on certain
It's always
places.
different.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
no, it's all really the same. I'd say Instagram's kind of my that's
you're
where
the
it sort
main.
of yeah, it feels more comfortable there, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Instagram's kind of like
Thanks so much.
the big way everyone's kind of moving with that stuff at the moment as well. It's a few years like I mean, we're old because I still go like MySpace was massive, and I still
Man, I
remember
miss
like pushing
MySpace
bands
so
on
much.
MySpace. Oh, the
Yeah.
amount of bands I discovered and found through
Yeah.
MySpace, and that metalcore movement was amazing. It was always
Yeah.
a good time for music, especially for hardcore.
Writing a movie, I wrote a movie, um, I felt like a screenplay, Causing a Scene, it's called, and it takes place in '04, like months after MySpace came out, and it's about all the stuff we're talking about, like a small town scene, where they get kicked out of all the venues because they're insane, and but one like kind of bigger band is coming to town, but they don't have a venue, so they like build a stage in the woods, and
That's awesome.
just to like get this one awesome night of like, oh
Yeah,
my God, this one band is coming, and to these 50 kids, it's like the most important thing in the world. But um, yeah, I'm getting some people on board. There's this guy Joel Carrier, his name is. He owns Dynalone Records that has Alexis on Fire and
mm,
Moneen and bands like that on there. And he came on as a producer and like a creative consultant. Um, he's from that area too, my little St. Catharines, Niagara region area. So we clicked on that, and yeah, we're trying to get producers on board, people to hopefully make this movie because there's really nothing like that out there. I know
yeah,
there's like documentaries, but I've never seen like a scripted, kind of like a Dazed and Confused of '04, I guess
yeah. That's
would
awesome.
be my dream. So
I
I
love that.
really hope it becomes a thing. Knock on
And,
wood.
and like that reigns so true to me as well. Like you talk about people do like in hardcore scenes. I'll talk about like, we went to the show at the German Arms Club, and then we went to the, this sort of club and this weird
Yeah,
venue, and it's because
yeah,
they had a hall and they let us play.
yeah.
Um,
Church
and they kept letting
basement.
us play until they didn't let us play anymore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you'd
There was
get
a great
six,
pool
six
hall
to
we
eight month
had.
run. Yeah,
Yeah. And then
yeah,
they'd get sick of us. Like someone would break a door, some,
yeah.
a
Tourists.
crowd surfer would kick out like a ceiling tile,
Yeah,
and then they wouldn't let us play there for a while. But you know,
yeah. It was always what I call tourists because you always get like whenever you see a problem at a hardcore show, especially back in the day for
yeah,
me, it'd be
yeah,
like the drunk guy that was walking past the venue that heard heavy music and was like, I like Pantera, let's go in and listen
Yeah,
to this. And then
yeah,
see people in the pit like throwing down and be like, I don't know what's
yeah,
going on, but they're fighting, so I'm in.
yeah,
And suddenly you've got like some drunk moron like trying to, not crowd kill, but just trying to run around and punch people in the pit.
yeah,
Or just getting in the way and not realizing what's going on. And you know what it's like? You'd like cop a kick or a punch every now and then, and like you'd go
yeah,
down and
yeah,
you'd get picked straight back up and like by the person that
mm,
hit you and are you okay, dude? I'm sorry.
yeah.
Like you don't need to apologize. I'm in the pit. Like we're good.
There's an etiquette. They don't
Yeah.
know the etiquette. Like you
Yeah.
said, the tourism. There was a big guy. I think I was
Was his name Tall Tom?
Tall Tom. He was. I wouldn't say 7 feet. See, I was probably only 17 at the time, but my brother was 14, and this big ass guy like punched him in the face because he. And my brother's a little dude, and it was kind of the same thing where he was not really part of the scene at all. It was some whatever, some guy that heard hard music and was like, "Ugh, I'm gonna kick the shit out of some 14-year-old kids."
Yeah.
And yeah, he punched my little brother in the face, and he had glasses on, so my brother's face is all cut up. And I look over, and I'm like, "Who did this?" And they point at this guy, and he must have like turned back around, like he must have punched my brother, and then just looked back at the stage like nothing happened, because his back was to me, and I just like ran up and punched him in like kind of the side of the face. He was like a head taller than me, and I'm like, if I like tap this guy on the shoulder and say,
Excuse
you
me.
know, excuse me, would you like to take this outside? I'm sure he would fucking ruin me. So I don't know, I saw my little brother bleeding on the floor, like, who fucking did this? And all his friends are like pointing at this guy. So I, yeah, got on his, I hit him the once. He goes down, he's on his back, put my knees on his shoulders, and I just fucking
Oh, wild, yes.
let him have it. It was great. And then he
Oh,
got kicked out because my
yeah.
band was playing that night. And, he was some random fuck. Bye.
I'm, I was lucky enough that my little brother, when he started coming to shows, it was way tougher than I am.
Mm.
So the only time I ever saw something happen, and it was with a friend of mine as well, who he didn't know they knew each other, and they just like walking past each other and bumped each other, and the other guy was like a bit drunk and like turned around and was like, "Ugh, what's your problem?"
Yeah,
My
yeah,
brother's like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, man, no problem." And this dude just took a swing at him straight away, and I've walked up to see like the swing coming at my brother
yeah,
and about to run in, but my brother's just kind of grabbed him, and you know when a cat paws at something like super fast.
yeah,
He just kind of grabbed him and went, and I had to then run over and pull him off of my other friend. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He punched me, man. I'm like, why did you punch my brother? Oh, it's your brother. I'm
yeah.
so sorry, man. I'm drunk.
Machine gun, like, ta, ta, ta,
I
ta.
did, yeah, amazing though. I'm like, well, I don't have
Nice.
to worry about him anymore. Have fun at the show.
Fuck yeah. I
Yeah.
called it like clocking in, where I was like, okay, I can't stop or this guy's gonna get up and kill me.
Oh yeah.
So I would just like, two,
Yeah, you
three,
keep going until people make sure that you're not going to
yeah,
get hit. Yeah.
yeah. Guys pulled me off of him, and but yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that guy.
Yeah. I was always lucky that like all of the guys that I hung around with knew that I can't fight. And I'm a big wuss when it comes to that sort of stuff. I don't like getting hurt. And so like if something ever happened, they would always just be like, all right, let's get in front of him. And
Yeah,
yeah, not that I like,
I was kind of a psycho. I liked Jackass, and I was that kid that whatever.
oh, I was the same. Yeah. Yeah. We were doing
I
collisions and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I didn't want to get
yeah,
punched in
yeah.
the face by somebody.
I liked the fighting. It was great. Not
I'm rich for
anymore.
that.
That was like 15 years ago, but that was my last scrap. But for a while I was like, fuck this. Somebody's gonna get it.
We've all been there.
But I never started it, guys. I was very hey, if someone's I don't
Yeah.
know. I
You're
had
going
this
to get in my face. You're going down.
kind of mentality where if someone was getting bullied or something, I was like,
Oh, I
fuck
am.
this guy.
Yeah. That is me. Yeah. And I've got
You're
the
gonna
other
get it.
advantage that like, even though I'm like a big wuss, and now people are going to know this even more that I've said it. I'm big enough and loud enough that people go, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't want to. We'll back away.
And the beard and yeah, I feel like if you like you just kinda
I've got-
walk around looking pissed off, yeah, no
yeah,
one's gonna
yeah,
no one's fucking with you.
yeah. Pull the Alex the Terrible
Beard
sort of
the beard
voice
helps a
out.
lot.
Yeah,
Without a beard, I look fucking 10. I have a
I am the
very
same. I am the same.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And people are like, you'll be 50 soon. What? What the hell's going on?
Crazy, right?
Yeah, yeah. But this is not like I always say, I've got no kids, so um, and
That's
moisturizer,
just pure.
lots of moisturizer.
Oh, I gotta do that too. Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
it's not
trying.
a bad thing. Got to do what you got to
Self
do these
care.
days. Yeah,
Self care.
unashamed. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mate, this
I
has been
have
so much fun.
man. Thank you. Thank you for this. It's been
Anytime, and
wonderful.
like I'd love to do it again at some stage as well. I think there's so much
Yes.
we can just like
Yeah.
actually talk about and like just shoot the shit. Um, so yeah, we'll
Shooting
definitely
the
try and
shit.
tee something up and just again, yeah, hang out for an hour, shoot the shit, and see what happens.
This is great, man.
Yeah.
I love your
Last,
studio behind you there. It's fucking lovely. Look at that.
hey,
It's great. I want to set
hey,
up a nice little
I've
yeah.
got a problem. My wife would say I have a problem with all the toys. Because like the Funko Pops, I've got just over 300 still in their box.
All
Um,
right, nice.
I've got almost every Ninja Turtle toy ever made. I
Everyone's
could
got
just
something. It's
could
fine.
just reach for Ninja
Eh,
Turtles and
there you go.
or
I got my
He-Man
son in
figures.
Ninja Turtle recently. Oh, nice.
Oh, you
From
gotta.
He-Man, right?
I love
Was he
He-Man. Yeah, that was
He-Man?
my.
Yeah, yeah.
That's He-Man and Ninja Turtles are my original. When I was a kid, that's what I was into.
Yeah,
Um,
Ninja
yeah.
Turtles. Ghostbusters.
Yes, yes. I'd
Good
love to get like
times.
the real Ghostbuster toys, but they are pricey these days.
I
Um,
bet.
yeah, yeah. I'd like to have like 80s toy money, but early 90s
One
toy
day.
money. Oh, we'll get
One
there. We'll
day.
get there. Yeah.
Get that
Yeah. But then,
fucking
like, when you
toy.
get to that point when you've got that sort of money, people will just give you that stuff for free. So that's the
Gift
crazy
bag.
thing. It's like, hey, I am rich
I
now and
heard
I
he's
can
into
afford this
this.
stuff. And yeah, he's into it. So hey,
There's a
yeah,
$10,000 basket
yeah, Mattel,
of
come at me,
things you like. All right, let's do it.
mate. Last question for you.
Yes.
Teenage you discovering hardcore music, comedy, your whole world for the first time.
Mhm.
If that kid could see your life now, what would most shock him about it?
Oh man, that I live in a small town, uh, and still somehow do this stuff. Like, uh, like, yeah, I left at 18 to go to Toronto because, that's what you did, and you wanted to be a comedian and then even New York after that. And then little by little, it's like, it was a friend of mine, Matthew Santoro, his name is, from Welland, graduated with me. He's got like 6 million subscribers on YouTube, from just making videos in his basement in Welland. And I had moved away. Like I loved my little town. Like there's a part of me that never really wanted to leave, I guess. Like I loved the scene and my siblings, but it was like I want to go do this thing. And then years later to hear that like this guy got fucking stupid rich and famous just from his Welland basement. I'm like, "Oh God." So yeah, I guess it's pretty crazy to see all these years later how much you could do from literally anywhere. Like
Yeah.
fucking jungle somewhere if you got good Wi-Fi. You can, you know, make great things and get a lot of people to see it, hopefully. Yeah,
The
I
joys of the
think that's an
internet is
answer.
amazing. That's a very good answer.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, hey.
Sometimes I start rambling and I'm like, what was the fucking question again? I'll just
I am horrible for that.
excited to talk.
Yeah. Yeah, and a tangent will go off onto another tangent and then another tangent, and suddenly we're talking about panda bears and yeah,
Penguins.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, bananas.
I sadly have to head out. Wifey's asking about bedtime, so
Yeah.
fuck.
Fuck yeah. Jake, thank you so much for your
Don't
time.
have to put that part in,
Really
but
good
I don't
to
know. Shit.
oh hey, it's life.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll
I will
I'll
try
hit you up on the interwebs.
desperately. I've only talked to Russ once ever, but I mean, I try desperately to get someone from Zayo on your show
Oh
and
look, that'd
help
be
you guys
amazing. I
here.
would yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, let's go.
Now that we're great friends, now that me and
Yeah,
Russ are
best of
like
friends.
besties,
Best of friends.
so
Yeah,
dude,
this
Russ, get on the fucking call. Dude,
fantastic.
have a lovely day for you.
Yeah, you two
I'm
have
going
a
to bed.
fantastic night.
Thanks.
Hope you have pleasant dreams
Yeah.
of golf caddies and rainbows.
And pandas. Thank you.
Yeah, and pandas. Yeah, well, I am the death metal panda, so I go the full like as you've seen in the videos with the eye makeup and stuff. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Because Killer is a silly nickname and doesn't really suit me, but I'll take Death Metal Panda. It's a little more comfortable.
It's nice.
JR, we'll speak again very soon.
Peace, buddy.
Cheers.